Cheers, everybody. We are back for another edition of Bourbon on a Budget. It is Christmas week, and we are excited to be back just before Christmas Eve. It's review time, though, so let's not get too crazy with things. Review time, Christmas week, tomorrow's Christmas Eve.
Christmas.
Things are wild. How are you guys doing tonight?
Good. Hey,
I'm wild.
Ben, you want to look over my shoulder here? Oh, which way do I go? Do you see what I have? It's Merry Christmas, and it says ho, ho, ho. Wait, it just says ho, ho, TJ. Do you get it?
Ho, ho, ho.
Is that like TJ. because toasted ho?
You're a ho.
Toasted, thoughtsted. Okay, this is getting terrible. We have another.
What's it say? What's it say under the Merry Christmas?
Let's get blitzened. That was my wife's idea.
Okay.
That was good. That's what
I couldn't quite read what it said.
Small.
We have another review for you guys. But we have no idea what it is. Ben and I are doing this review blind. We did this. Brendan made this happen with Joe the other day. We are. Call me Stevie Wonder, basically. We have no clue what's going on and what's in this glass.
I think it's appropriate.
How's that appropriate?
Can we make Stevie Wonder jokes?
I mean,
maybe.
You think he listens? I mean, like,
does it? Never mind.
We know he doesn't watch. Okay, now that we're officially canceled, Ben and I are going to turn down our headphones. I'm going to go full screen on Brendan.
Turn down your mic too, probably. After that.
Yeah. Go full mute.
Mute our mics. Yeah, now we're mute and blind. Very good. And so Brendan's going to talk about what this is. Ben, headphones down now.
Yep, turn them down, fellas.
What if I?
All right, TJ's muted. All right, you guys, good. Can't hear me, right? Can you hear me? No, you can't hear me. All right. So I brought this sample down to TJ about a month ago. It's one of my favorite holiday season bourbons, mainly because I got this specific bottle last Christmas from my mother-in-law, and it is going to be most of you are going to know this, an absolute banger. Booker's is from Jim Beam, and then one I have specifically is let's see, Booker's Beaten Biscuits. That's the final one that was released at the end of 2019. I have a couple in my collection. It's one of the OGs of high proof bourbons. I think since like 2014, they've done multiple releases per year. They always change up the age of it a little bit and where they take it and combine it from different places in the Jim Beam warehouse. This specific one is 6 years, 6 months, and 19 days. 7% came from the 6th floor of 9-story warehouse H, 11% from the 4th floor of 7-story warehouse P, and 42% from the 5th floor of 7-story warehouse P as well. It is 126.1 proof, mash bill, 77% corn, 13% rye, 10%. 13. Well, rewind. 77% corn, 13% rye, and 10% malted barley. MSRP is going to be $75 on most Bookers, but you're probably going to have to find them at about $100 at most stores. And on the secondary, they go for a lot more than that. So Booker's has technically been around, I think, for almost 30 years now. But like I said, it's really been in the last 7 or 8 years where those high proof Jim Beam products have come out regularly multiple times a year. Again, cool bottles, cool. They're like a little wooden, I guess, box too. Fun to collect. So this is what I got for Christmas last year. It's one I'm really excited for the guys to try. I don't know if either of them had Bookers before. And to me, it's one of the better expressions that Jim Beam does. So with that in mind, guys, I'm going to wave like this, and I'm also going to type that you can join.
Are we back?
All right, we're back. We're back. Yes.
Back in here. Okay.
And we're back.
In preview.
Okay.
What a great intro, Brendan. That was great. I listened to every word.
I didn't stumble and sound like an idiot at all at any point. Thank you.
I texted Ben and said that we should have just left our headphones up and cheated the whole time. Be like, this nose is Sazerac 18 or just whatever it is.
Hey, it's a banger, guys. It's not Sazerac banger, but it is a. I won't give you any hints. The only hint I'll give you is it's proofed at 126.1 proof.
Oh, dang it, man. What are you doing? I was going to make a category for guesses. Well,
Well,
shit.
I mean, it's a higher proof. Never mind. It's not 126.1 proof.
Well, it just takes a quick Google and.
But just
figures
don't
it out.
Google it. Just don't Google the exact proof.
I can't. Once I know a way to cheat.
Why don't you just tell me what it is, and then I'll know.
TJ has one side. No, a
TJ's
way to
totally
cheat.
Googling right now.
Just going.
I'm totally not looking it up. The first time we did this blind, you know, I did use Googling for like proofs and stuff, but I won't this time because
Okay.
it's a very specific proof. Like if you just said this is 100 proof, you'd be like, oh, okay, well that helps. You know, like so are 90% of other bourbons.
Just don't
you know,
look
like
up, just don't look at the proof.
Okay, so
All right.
so here's what we're gonna do then. Don't talk anymore, Brendan, and I'll go
Okay.
through the categories that we're guessing. We're gonna go for style, so bourbon, rye, yeah, that kind of thing. We're gonna go for finished. Is it finished or not? We're gonna go for proof, which is 126.1. I got that one pretty much spot on. Great.
I'd say just over 126.
Yeah. We're gonna go for price, and then we got to name the bottle.
Okay.
Okay, but this is a review, so let's do the review first, and then we'll do those categories.
Oh
after.
yeah, that's valid.
Let's nose it. You're gonna learn
Yeah.
more about it by doing the review,
Mhm.
or get for. Actually, the way it works is whatever your
You'll get
premise is right
farther
now, like
away,
whatever,
yeah.
whatever you think it is right now. If you're hot, you're gonna get hotter, like me. If you're cold, you're gonna get colder, like Brendan. Okay, let's roll. What do you think about this nose, Ben? And we'll, like we did with Joe, we'll let Brendan go last each time, so there's no influential, suggestive themes.
I'm very suggestive.
I seem to like it. It smells very sweet,
Good.
very desserty. If I would say like or not like, this is like.
All right.
Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs up. Would you give it eyeball emojis? It's currently.
I'm not sure what emojis are supposed to like. I don't know. Is that like looking emojis?
Like, hey,
No,
like,
it's like you might, if you put eyeball emojis on this, it means you want to commit to Florida State. Like that's pretty much.
Ooh,
what
that is-
Josh and I
Really?
determined earlier.
that is the current.
So I get like a little creme brulee. Like the nose smells creme brulee. Maybe a little banana. Like I feel like this smells like light whiskey to me.
Ooh,
But it's not. I feel like it's too dark for light whiskey.
yeah.
On the eyes, you know.
I'm getting a Jack vibe off of it.
I was like, I wonder if Brendan gave us Jack Daniel's single barrel strength rye. I don't think it's that. I feel like it's.
I would be
store
pissed
pick.
if he gave us that since we have that.
I feel like it's a Jack Daniel's single barrel barrel strength bourbon, like a store pick or something.
You'd
Yeah.
be pissed to drink a sample of Jack Daniel's barrel strength rye, TJ? Is that the?
I
So-
wouldn't.
I
But I feel
wouldn't,
like-
but it'd be a weird thing to send us when we had it.
I'm trying
we
to catch
love
you
it,
guys
and it's a
off
banger.
guard.
Yeah, definitely some sweetness. I definitely get some potential banana in there.
Yeah.
Good amount of proof. Obviously, we've already talked
Yeah.
about it being over 120,
yes.
126.1. But
I don't
is
get
my
much
guess.
breadiness. Yeah.
Makers doesn't get this high.
No, it doesn't taste weeded to me.
I haven't tasted yet. All right, let's talk about. Okay, so we like the nose, sweet caramel. Okay, first reaction, is it a rye though? Could be one of those barrel finished ryes. Brendan loves those, and like that would help out with something. But that's really a high proof for that. So
I know 121 proof barrel finished rye.
126, 126.1. See, he already missed the proof. I already got that right.
Yeah.
126.
I can't tell if it's finished or not, but I mean, getting the sweetness, the creme brulee, the banana, whatever that is, we're picking up on it. I wouldn't be shocked if it's finished. I think the finish will come through more.
It could be a finished rye, like a Sagamore style.
I don't think Sagamore gets up this high.
No.
Brendan, do you have thoughts on the taste?
Oh, well, real quick
Or
on the
on the
nose.
nose,
On the nose. I think you guys are kind of swimming in the right territory in terms of like the sweetness and rich darkness kind of both pop out right away. Actually, I had my wife smell this before. Hey, and the first thing she said was brown sugar, and I agree with that. Brown sugar, molasses, heavy oak with a little bit of touch of like smoke and leather as well. So darker combined with some of that desserty sweetness. To me, also like dark fruits like cherry, red apple, quintessential bourbon stuff here, graham cracker, and a little buttery too. So there's a lot going on. I really, really, really dig the nose on this.
Taste gets a little not bad by any means, and so it's just trying to figure out and navigate it. But it kind of gets a little strange, like a little weird. Not pleasant, but it just kind of it's buttery. You just mentioned butter, and I'm definitely getting that. There's a thickness, there's a viscosity.
Mouthfeel.
I don't know why you are the weirdest person ever, but I surely love you.
You sound like Kermit. Your mouthfeel sounds like Kermit. Miss Piggins. I can't do Kermit. Never mind.
You froze like for 15 seconds while you said that, so you're welcome. What do you think about the taste, Ben?
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of funk to it.
Oh, Ben. Yes.
It's the barrel strength malted Woodford.
No.
Ben saying funk is such a great word for this. That's as far as I'll go, but yeah, you'll know why when it's revealed.
I don't think it's like a malt or anything. Or wonder if it's like an American single malt. That'd be crazy.
That's a good guess.
We can do an American single malt month. I'll share some because I have like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
A whole month.
I don't think that's what this is, but there's just a little bit of funk to it. We got the funk.
I have an idea what this is. I don't want to say it yet because I don't want to ruin it, but just know that I have an idea right now. So I think it's a rye. I'll say that. I'm definitely getting some spice on it, but it's so hot that I could be confusing heat for spice.
Right.
You know?
That's what.
Right.
But I do think there's a rye. I think it drinks hot. Like
If Brendan wouldn't have spoiled the proof, I would be a little more confused because I would have been like, this drinks like it's supposed to be hot, but it wasn't. It had to burn like it's hot, but I couldn't figure out if it was like that's just the rye or the proof, And so with Brendan basically ruining this entire experience,
I feel like that's not my fault.
No
one planned. No one told me what was happening.
What notes are you getting, Ben? I do get the fit. Okay, so I don't want to skip the taste completely, but on the finish, I do kind of get like how that Jack had like a banana finish. I'm still getting the banana on the very end of this.
Yeah.
Is this Brown Foreman something?
Don't answer that.
I'm not going to give you any. No, it's not.
Good.
I'm going to give you. I do better, Ben.
I feel like to me this is just screaming Jack Daniel's single barrel strength bourbon, but that's not like a. This was described to me as semi banger, so this better be one of the best store picks of that. And so I want to rule it out, And so I don't think it is that. But there's definitely some vanilla, a ton of spice on the palate,
Yeah.
Maybe this is maybe this is. I kind of almost think this is like a Cat's Eye Distillery Obtanium Canadian whiskey. Maybe.
I like that.
That's not something I would purchase.
Yeah, I knew that wouldn't be something you would purchase, but it does. I like that. I like that pick there. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
This is super like toasty. Ben mentioned creme brulee on the nose, like on the taste too. Like it does have this low level of like a smoked, like cured kind of.
It's more sour on palate.
It is sour, yeah. Whereas the nose to me was like red apple, like the taste like more green apple on it, the soury note. Caramel.
Finish.
That's what she said.
Hits you hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is not an easy
finish
drink.
Really peppery.
This is
It's like black pepper.
Mm-hmm. Like over peppered, like someone like when the waiter goes over to your pasta and you're like, you want more?
Yes.
Always. Say when you want me to stop, and you're like stop, and you're going to say when, and that's the joke when they like ruin your food and it's not funny. Like that's kind of. But this.
I like when.
Where are you going? Like Olive Garden? Like I mean, I feel like it's the only place I would do that. Macaroni grill.
Ben and we talked about this on the main show, but Ben and our buddy Jody came over this last night, and I drank a good amount last night. Ben, how are you feeling when you woke up this morning?
Oh, great. Like I have no issues there.
Yeah. Well, I got a little heartburn, and this is killing me right now, just to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm like fire breathing. Like we should start with the eggnog.
Okay. Complexity and cohesiveness.
No, we got to rate it. Did you not, this is your first time.
How many
you
points
want to
for
do
finish?
At least talk about it.
Did you already? You didn't put the name of it on there, right, Brendan?
Oh, on the actually I did. Oh no, on the on the
rating
sheets. No, I did
spreadsheet?
not. I did not. I
Okay.
did that on purpose.
Okay.
Thoughtful.
Mhm.
Other than mentioning the proof, which I feel bad about.
Just making sure. Okay, so let's rate it.
Yeah.
For those just tuning in, or maybe you have been gone for a while, nose is 2 points, taste is 4, finish is 1, cohesiveness and complexity is 1, value is 2. We get to a total score of 10. If it gets above an 8, it wins. If it gets above a 7.5, it makes the big board. As you can see over Brendan's. Is it your left shoulder? I guess it's your left shoulder, right?
I guess so. Yeah, left.
No. So, 2 points, Ben. Nose.
I'm gonna go 1.25.
More pepper on the nose.
Yeah, 1.25.
Now that you go back to it, I go 1.5. I thought this was pretty good. Ben's a hater because he doesn't know what it is, but I go 1.5. I think this is about
It's George Feastag.
1.5 for me as well. It's a very nice, complex nose. A lot going on there. I like it quite a bit.
Taste. I'll go first on this one. There's definitely funk, like Ben's mentioned. There's a lot of. Ooh, the finish is big. Taste. I'm gonna give this a 2.25.
Yeah.
Ben.
I'm 2.5. I was right around there as well.
There is a flavor note that I've gotten on this that I didn't say earlier. I'm not going to mention it because I think if I said it, it would potentially spoil it for you guys and give you a clearer path, which I don't want.
You can hold off then on rating.
Yeah.
Well, no, just rate it and talk to
No,
us.
I'll just rate it. To me, it's a 3. Like I really like it. A little bit of water with this does go a long way and opens it up because it is so oily and viscosity. It does help out a lot. It's a really, really nice for something high proof. It drinks really well. There's a good layer of complexity to it. So I like it. 3.
Yeah, I was going to say I've been kind of harsh on it so far, but I think I'm going to give it some more here. Finish is a 1. I mean, the finish is strong. It, a lot of the banana notes that I thought I was picking up at the beginning, I don't know how I'm interpreting that or what it really is, but those really come back strong. The flavor, once the flavor dies out, that finish lingers for quite a long time. It's an easy 1 for me on finish. Ben?
Yeah, I'm probably going to go 0.75.
Brendan?
I'll go 1. It's a hot finish, but it's what you'd expect when you're entering this this level of proof. You're hoping it's going to kind of slap you around
Kick
a
you
little
in the
bit.
face.
Yeah, and it does just that in a pleasant way. It's challenging in a good way.
Cohesiveness and complexity. Ben?
I would say it's pretty complex. It changes? I'm going to go probably 0.5.
We go 0.75. I think it's very complex, somewhat cohesive, but doesn't get the full point there. But yeah, 0.75. Brendan?
0.75 for me for the reasons TJ mentioned.
Ooh.
I remember when you guys absolutely crushed me whenever I was like, 0.25 or 0.75. Either does it or it doesn't.
I like that Ben
consider
can't include
value.
value in every single aspect of
Exactly.
this.
That's the best part
Well,
of it.
whatever.
Fine.
Okay, we can't do value because that's a guess price.
Yeah, no. Okay, well then let's do that then.
let's get into it.
Okay, let's go through each one. What's the first category?
Style.
I'm going to go with a rye.
Rye. I think I'm going to go with bourbon.
It is a straight bourbon.
Yes.
All right, I'm up 1-0.
Okay.
Just like golf.
Finished? Yes or no?
I'm going to go yes.
I'm going to go no. Not finished.
Not finished. TJ's still hungover from yesterday.
Jeez. Okay. Proof. I figured that one out. I guess that perfectly.
126.1.
Yeah, I got that one. Jeez. Okay. Price.
Real quick, do you guys want MSRP price or secondary price?
MSRP.
Yeah, MSRP, $80.
Yeah, I feel like I'm in the 75 to 80 range. Ooh, I think I know which one it is. I think I know what this is. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna go $80. $80 as well.
75 to 80 is right about where.
Okay.
Wow, he just copied
Bottle.
me, so
I
he
think I
just
know where. I
rectified
think I
me.
know what it is.
All right.
Okay, go
How
ahead.
do you guys want to do? How do you want to do that, Ben? Do you want to guess first then?
I'm gonna write mine down.
No,
then
just
TJ
guess. Just guess.
Okay.
We do have some podcast listeners. Yeah.
I think this is an Elijah Craig barrel strength.
Okay.
Did he get it right or no?
Well, you have to guess.
You have to guess.
Well, if he gets it right, he obviously
No,
wins.
I mean, no, I mean, you
he's
have
up
to
2 to
guess.
nothing anyway.
I want to hear your guess.
This is okay. You want to hear what I thought it was earlier?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I can.
Well, you thought it was
I
a
thought it was
rye.
I thought it was an Alberta cast strength rye.
Oh.
So
No,
obviously
that's a
that's
good
not a guess right now. But
Yeah.
it was funky. We had I saw you talk about it on Twitter or something the other day, and cast strength thought it was a rye.
I have another
Alberta
guess.
I'll
Cast
say
Strength
this
rye
is
does venture as much towards a bourbon as it does to a rye because it's the Canadian vanilla-y notes kind of too. So
I have another guess.
I'm
Okay.
not
Three
confident in
things.
this. I'm not confident in this, but I'll just say it's a Stag Junior. You know,
Okay.
one of the early. You know, one of the
Wow.
a batch or two back.
okay.
Interesting. So my other guesses I thought would have been some kind of store pick of Jack Daniel's bourbon or your WB Staffel or whatever. But I don't really know what proof that is. But I know that you talk about all the time. Like I
do
really
wanna-
know. I don't know specs on it, but
I do want to get that to you guys so you can try because it's great.
All right. What do we got?
All right, you ready for it?
What I do
Yes.
want to say before we go into this,
All right, my arms are getting tired.
I know I'm just messing with you. Neither one of us got it right, but go ahead.
Yes.
All right. So I do not believe you guys have ever had this particular brand before. It is a pretty popular one. Maybe you have.
Oh,
I don't know if I've heard you talk about it before.
Hey, can you guys hold for just 1 minute?
Shake
What is
Weight,
it, Brendan?
It is
Shake
2019 version of Booker's.
Booker's. I was really close to Booker's. I was like, man, I'm thinking almost Booker's. Dang it!
This
That
is the
wasn't-
2019.
It wasn't peanutty enough though.
So
enough,
there
though.
that was the note I did get was the peanut brittle with the like dark chocolate on the taste.
Yeah.
And at one point, Ben, when you were saying funk, I was like, oh, he's gonna get to the peanut funk and it's gonna connect for him.
Yeah.
So you were like swimming in those waters. You were close. Have you guys
Yeah.
ever had Booker's before?
I've had Little Book before,
Okay. so
and
there
I
you go.
almost guessed. I whenever you said like, oh, I'll say something, but I don't want to give it away. That got me on like the Beam route, you know. And I'm
Mhm.
like, maybe it's not Beam, maybe it's like Heaven Hill, because Heaven Hill has a little bit of that funk too.
I definitely get the
Um,
peanuts now that you're saying that.
And
I mean, now
so-
that you know that it's peanuts, yeah.
Yeah, I had Booker's in my mind, but I didn't think you bought Booker's or any Beam products. So I was
This-
like,
This is
probably
one of
not gonna
the
guess that route.
one of the only it's good logic. Yeah, it's one of the only Beam products that I do like. I think for like the high proof stuff, like it actually like that peanut
Yeah.
funk isn't anywhere as it's not a
Yeah.
bad funk, I guess. It works really well with the proof. I have two
Yeah.
Booker's bottles. I like them both quite a bit.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Good stuff.
All right, so value.
$80.
75 to 80 MSRP, probably
I would-
secondary. You're probably looking closer at a store like $99, like 90 to
So
100.
not,
Yeah.
not insane
No.
prices, and it's also not like impossible to find by any means. This
I
is
bought
not
one up
like-
in North Carolina this past trip.
Do you remember how much? Oh, that would have been out.
It would have been out.
State run.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I if I'm looking at this at a 5.5, for $80, that's a little higher than I want to spend. I'd really like for it to made it up to that 6. I thought it was pretty fair on this. I didn't, I think doing them blind is the way to go because I wasn't, if anything, it would have been like I'd have probably given it a little bit better score based on the name and availability and stuff like that. So I'm glad we did this blind. I'd say there's some value things in here that are worthwhile. I'm going to give it a 1.
A 1.
Give it a 1.
All right. Yeah.
1 out of 2.
Some people
Someone hard to find. It's
Mhm.
expensive. It didn't strike me as like, oh my gosh, I love this by any means. I thought it was good. Taste is really big, and taste is where it had its lowest score to me. So like if I'm buying something to drink, it's mostly for the taste, and that's where I was the harshest on it. So I do think there's some redeeming qualities in this, but I think it's a 1 out of 2 for me, all things considered. I think that's fair.
Yeah. To me, I'm a little below average.
Yeah, you got a
I
lower
feel
score
like
than me. You got a lower score. So that makes sense.
I'm probably going 0.75 just because I'm not a big, beam product person. But if you do like Jim, right? If you like that profile, then this is like an attainable quote allocated bottle, that you could probably find, and it's not heavily sought after. You're not paying a big markup, so to get it on the secondary, it's like an extra $15 or whatever. So yeah, 0.75 for me. It's not something that I'm going to go out and buy at $80. It's tough.
That's a tough one. Sinone.
I will buy it. TJ gets what I'm doing there. Buy or Sinone. For me, it's a 1.25. I think with Booker's, like, there is a few things value-wise, quote-unquote value, that like don't necessarily factor into just like the juice here. Like there's a story with every single one of these. Multiple releases per year, and they're all going to be a little bit different. You get the cool box, the wooden box that Ben probably has if he purchased one. So there's a handful of things that are cool with it. It's something that gets points to me for also being like one of the OGs of high proof bourbons like that were regularly released as well. So yeah, 1.25 for me. It's about what you should be paying or expecting for an $80 bottle. I think it's above average value, but not a whole lot more for me. Yeah.
Cool. So that takes our final scores. This is an interesting one. Ben with a 5.75, me kind of right in the middle of both of them at a 6.5, and then Brendan at a 7.5, which takes our composite to a 6.583, or just call it 6.6, maybe is an easier way to say that, which is not bad. Like when you kind of look at like the range that we're typically in, we're typically rating things between a 6 and a 7. So to be on the plus side of that, I mean, we gave this an above average. We all gave this an above average score. Ben just slightly, myself a little more, Brendan a little bit more. We gave the Taconic Double Barrel Bourbon a 6.68. This was 6.58. So very similar. And we liked that quite a bit. We gave Wild Turkey 17 a 6.3.
You guys
probably
hated
Ben
that.
and I were jerks about it. So yeah, not a bad score by any means.
Nope.
Don't know that I'm picking up. I probably am picking it up. It's somewhat hard to find. I like adding cool. I will say that did factor into the value a little bit for me. Yeah. If I have a cool bottle that I can throw on my shelf or in my collection, I'm a big fan of that. So there's some value in that for me too. Go back and any closing thoughts? That's all you guys got for tonight?
That's all I got, baby.
They were good. Glad you guys mildly enjoyed it, and yeah, it's a cool wintertime whiskey for me. And yeah, I think it is what it is. It's a good, easy to find allocated bourbon.
Yeah, it's good. No complaints about it. Go back and check out Tuesday's episode where we rate different kinds of eggnog or same kind of eggnog, but with different kinds of bourbon. I think will like that. I think you'll enjoy that. I think you will hopefully get something out of it.
Hey, TJ Flea.
Terrible. Interact with us on social media. We certainly enjoy it. Bourbon on a Budget everywhere. Hey, tomorrow's Christmas Eve. Have a good Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Enjoy.
Say happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Happy Kwanzaa.
Chinese New Year soon comes.